Welcome to Edupedia World.
In this video, we will learn about Poverty Alleviations Program in India, their critical evaluation, then measures which we use to alleviate poverty, and what is the conclusion after it. Poverty Alleviation Programs in India. Alleviation, which means reduction, of poverty remains a major challenge before the nation. While there has been a steady decline in poverty over the last 2 decades, the total number of poor people has remained constant because of growth in population. The government has specifically designed anti-poverty programs for generation of both self-employment and wage employment. So let us discuss the various self-employment programs and wage employment programs which are initiated by the government. First one is self-employment programs. Some of the self-employment programs which are initiated by the government are: first one is Rural Employment Generation Program, that is REGP. This program was started by the government to create self-employment opportunities in the rural areas and small towns. It was implemented by Khadi and Village Industries Commission. Under this program, one could get financial assistance in the form of bank loans to set up small industries. Next program is Prime Minister's Rozgar Yojana, that is PMRY. Under this program, the educated unemployment from low-income families in rural and urban areas were given financial help to set up any kind of enterprise that generates employment. PMRY attempted to generate employment by setting up 7 lakhs micro enterprises during the 8th year plan, that is from 1992 to 97. And by 2003 to 4, 3 million people got employment under this scheme. Next program is Swarna Jayanti Shastri Rozgar Yojana, that is SJSRY, which mainly aims at creating employment opportunities for both self-employment and wage employment in urban areas. This program seeks to provide gainful employment through encouraging the setting up of self-employment ventures or provision of wage employment. It is a centrally sponsored scheme which is funded on 75:25 basis between the center and the state. Earlier, financial assistance was given to families or individuals under the self-employment programs. However, the government changed this approach since the 1990s through the program Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana. Okay, now we will discuss that program, that is Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana, that is SGSY, which aims at promoting micro enterprises and to bring the assisted poor families above the poverty line by organizing them into self-help groups, that is SHGs. People who wish to benefit from this scheme are encouraged to form self-help group. Initially, they are encouraged to save money and lend among themselves as small loans. Later, through banks, the government provides partial financial assistance to SHGs, which then decide whom the loan is to be given for self-employment activities. So these are some of the self-employment programs which were initiated by the government. Next, we come to wage employment programs. The government has launched various programs to generate wage employment for the poor, unskilled people living in rural areas. Some of them are Sampoorn Gramin Rozgar Yojana, that is SGRY. The scheme aims to provide additional and supplementary wage employment by undertaking labor-intensive work, thereby providing food security and increasing nutritional levels. Wages are paid as a combination of food grains and cash. The scheme of SGRY is open to all rural poor who need wage employment and desire to do manual and unskilled work in and around their village or habitat. Next program is National Food for Work Program, that is NFFWP. This program was launched in 2004 with the objective of intensifying the generation of supplementary wage employment. It was initially implemented in 150 most backward districts of the country to provide additional resources apart from the resources available under SGRY, that is Swarn Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana. The program was implemented at a 100% centrally sponsored scheme. This program was incorporated in Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act in 2005. MG Narega aims at enhancing the livelihood security of people in rural areas by guaranteeing 100 days of wage employment in a financial year to a rural household whose adult members volunteer to do unskilled manual work. All those among the poor who are ready to work at the minimum wage can report for work in areas where the program is implemented. In addition to the above mentioned programs, some more anti-poverty programs are initiated by the government like Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Gramodaya Yojana, Valmiki Ambedkar Awas Yojana, and many more. So these are some of the programs which are launched by the government for the poverty alleviation. Critical evaluation of poverty alleviation programs. The policy towards poverty alleviation has evolved in a progressive manner. But hunger, malnourishment, illiteracy, and lack of basic amenities continue to be a common feature in many parts of India. The poverty alleviation programs have been found unsatisfactory because of the following reasons. And that first one is lack of resources. As compared to the magnitude of poverty, the amount of resources allocated for these programs is not sufficient. Next is unequal distribution of assets. Due to unequal distribution of land and other assets, the benefit from poverty alleviation programs have been appropriated by the non-poor. Next point is improper implementation. These programs depend mainly on government and bank officials for their implementation. However, corruption, lack of training, pressure from local leaders, and non-participation of local level institutions resulted in improper implementation of the program. Next point is lack of infrastructure. There was lack of infrastructure facilities such as schools, roads, power, telecom, IT services, training, institution, etc. in the poverty-stricken areas. And the last point is lack of active participation of poor people. High growth rate alone is insufficient to reduce poverty. In fact, there is a need for active participation of the poor for effective implementation of poverty alleviation programs. Poverty can effectively be eradicated only when the poor start contributing to growth of their active involvement in the growth process. This is possible through a process of social mobilization, encouraging poor people to participate and get them empowered. This will also help in creating employment opportunities which may lead to increase in levels of income, skill development, health, and literacy. After evaluating the poverty alleviation programs, now we come to measures to remove poverty. The problem of poverty poses the greatest challenge and it needs to be removed not only on ethical and humanitarian consideration but also on economic grounds. Let us discuss some of the measures which should be adopted to eradicate poverty in the country. In that, the first point will be acceleration of economic growth. The first and foremost measure needed to eradicate poverty is accelerating the rate of economic growth. Fast economic growth would automatically improve the economic conditions of the people and reduce the incidence of poverty. A fast growing economy produces increasingly larger amount of goods and services, provides greater employment opportunities, and generates higher incomes. Next point is reducing inequalities of income. Accelerating economic growth is necessary, but not a sufficient condition for eradication of poverty. If the high growth rate is accompanied with increased inequalities of income, then fruits of economic development will accrue only to rich section, whereas the poor will grow in numbers. Thus, inequalities must be reduced if developed is to benefit the poor. Next point is population control. High growth rate of population, especially among the poor people, is one of the important factors responsible for poverty. In order to remove poverty, it is very essential that population growth rate to be checked. Poverty can be removed to a greater extent if we intensify family planning campaign. Next point is agricultural development. The development of agriculture has been an essential part of economic planning since 1951. Eradication of mass poverty in rural areas is possible only when due emphasis is given for agriculture development, as India's large proportion of population depends on the agriculture sector. So there is a serious need to enhance the agriculture production and productivity. Government should take steps to make provisions for financial assistance to small and marginal farmers. High yielding variety of seeds, irrigation facilities, fertilizers, etc. Next point is more employment opportunities. Poverty can be eliminated by providing more employment opportunities so that people are able to meet their basic needs. For this purpose, labor intensive techniques should be promoted. Small scale industries and construction activities should be encouraged in rural areas for generation of employment. Educational facilities should be more diversified and a sustained program of training is necessary to develop skills among the educated unemployed through special training or apprenticeship courses. And the last measure is land reforms. This is also a significant measure for the removal of poverty. By the imposition of ceilings on land holdings and the effective implementation, a good amount of land can be acquired to be distributed among the landless laborers. On obtaining land, the landless labor will be able to employ themselves and will produce subsistence for themselves. So these are some of the measures that can be used to remove poverty. So now we come to the conclusion. Since independence, the objective of all our policies had laid emphasis on rapid and balanced economic development with equality and social justice. Poverty alleviation has always been accepted as one of the main India's challenge by the policymakers, and there have been certain positive results also. The absolute number of poor in the country has gone down, and some states have less proportion of poor than the national average. Then there is improvement in terms of per capita income and average standard of living, and there has been some progress towards meeting the basic needs of poor people. However, when we compare the progress of our country with progress made by many other countries, our performance has not been impressive. Moreover, the benefits of growth and development have not reached to all sections of the population. As a result, even after allocating and spending vast resources for eradication of poverty, we are still far from reaching the goal.
Thank you for watching Edupedia World videos.